Welcome to the channel, everyone. I'm Skratch. This is another Dragonheir Silent Gods video. I got a couple of promo codes that I want to share with you guys. And of course, the Echoes of the Sleepless event is finally on. The second phase of the Dungeons and Dragons collaboration event is live in Dragonheir Silent Gods. Before we move over to dive into the event, guys, I just want to say a big thank you to Dragonheir for sponsoring today's video. If you guys are new to the channel or you haven't tried Dragonheir Silent Gods just yet, or you want to help and support the channel, you can download the game by using my link in the description down below, or in the pinned comment, or by scanning the QR code you see on the screen. Dragonheir Silent Gods is a cross-platform game available on PC. You can download it from the Epic Store, from the Steam Store. They have their own client, is available on Mac, is available on iOS, is available on Android, so it works perfect on both screens, big and small. Talking about the second phase of the Dungeons and Dragons collaboration event, guys, we're going to have a quick review of the event, and as promised, I will be sharing 2 promo codes with you. Now, let me start by doing that first, actually, because we want to take the hard part out of the way, right? Let me just give you the freebies, guys, because I know how much everybody enjoys them. So we should have a couple of them that are still active. So go right here to redemption code. One of them will be Dragon223. Now, these promo codes are case sensitive. You want to make sure you are typing them exactly how you see them on the screen. So that's one of the codes right here. And the next code is actually Dragon0223. Okay, so basically it's just giving you the date of the Dungeons and Dragons collaboration event when that starts. And bang, we claim this one as well. So these are the 2 new promo codes that I want to share with you guys. You're getting some wire marrow, a summon, and you're getting some gold, you know. Definitely better than nothing. But moving over to the main topic, guys. The second phase of the Dungeons and Dragons collaboration event is actually promising richer events and rewards for the players compared to the first phase where we had Drist and Earth to the Beller joining in the Dragonheir universe. Now we're going to have 2 powerful mages coming to Dragonheir Silent Gods. We're going to have Elminster Aumar, and we're going to have Samaster, his nemesis. We're going to have a new legendary artifact. We're going to have some cosmetics, guys. How you may notice right here on the screen, we actually have 2 new dice skins. We have the Arcane Dice D20, and we have the Arcane Dice D4 that you can actually acquire from the store. Then we have the Sage's Badge, which gives us an exclusive new avatar frame. We're going to be able to get a few summons from there as well. Let me actually just pick this up with the 1400 Dragon's crystals. So we got the frame, we got a few scrolls, we got the summons as well. We have a brand new campaign, guys. We have a new map, and of course, we have a new daily boss. Now, this new boss will have 2 different phases, but we're going to dive into all that in today's video. We're going to complete the campaign right now, actually. Guys, we're going to check the entire event, and we're going to see what exactly we can expect from it. Of course, we have the Magic Trial, which will be a daily challenge. Now, we have 7 in total, and we're going to be able to collect some juicy rewards from here as well, including the Sage chess pieces, which will be very, very important if we want to put our hand on Elminster. Then, of course, we have the Planar Summoning event. Now, I am planning to do some summons later on, most probably, and try to get Elminster myself and the legendary artifact. You can either summon the legendary hero directly, or you can summon Sage chess pieces, the fragments, and once you collect 240, you're going to be able to get the legendary hero. And if you want to acquire the legendary artifact as well, you're going to require 240 more fragments. But you know what? The game is actually pushing me to start the campaign, so let's do it. Enter the collaboration adventure and experience the story. Hell yeah, I'm all in for that. Very, very curious to see what exactly they have in store, and there we go. Seems like we are meeting Elminster Aumar for the very first time. Now, personally, guys, I don't tend to go through the entire storyline through the campaign. I'm a clicker, you know, I'm a clicker, but feel free to check this for yourself when you are actually doing it, you know, like if you are into lore, we're definitely going to have quite a bit of lore for you guys, you know, for the fans. So, as usual, a new campaign will will require us to interact with new characters. Seems like we gotta feed poor Almister. He might be a bit hungry here. What a scrumptious feast! Thank you. I am indeed a master chef. I'm cooking food like no other. So we're gonna have probably to interact with a few more characters, and afterwards we're going to discover the new enemies, the new cult of dragons, and of course interact with Samaster, which will be the actual boss for this campaign, you know. So Almister has quite a few things to tell us by the looks of it. But let's move over to the rest of the campaign. So we reach the tavern in here. Let's see what do we have in store. What do we have in store? A bit of an interaction with some different characters in here. The preacher, okay. Some of these characters, they're still not in game yet, guys. And actually, I feel like a couple of weeks ago, on one of their Q&A, the devs confirmed that most of these characters that you interact with in the game, they will become playable characters in the near future. So let's follow the path. Search for signs of Dracoliches. Those are the new enemies. Let's see, what do we have? Oop. We went on the wrong way there. Okay, so that's where the campaign takes us. So we found one of the new enemies, Dracolich. He's not a happy fella. That's what I can tell you for sure. He's not a happy fella. Okay, I can't really remember exactly what characters I have built, but we're going to assume that we have Radiance and Frost, most probably. I do tend to have those ones built most of the times, you know. Yeah, I don't actually. By the looks of it, it doesn't even matter. You see, I never knew this. I never knew this because I thought that you will need to have your characters leveled up for the campaign too. But seems like even for the actual campaign, it doesn't matter what characters you're taking in, guys, because they're all leveled up, you know, which is great. I had no idea. That they're all actually leveled up, you know. I thought that they will require us to use our own builds. And only at the boss we have the characters already built. But the game pushes you directly with everything leveled up, which is pretty cool. Okay, let's click on auto so we exterminate this boss quick. Ooh, we broke a wing there. We broke a wing. So, Almister, what do you have to say? Hate, kill, slaughter. Okay. It hurts. I bet it hurts, but let's bring a bit of positivity in here. So, Almister, I'm curious what rewards we're getting from completing this campaign, if we're getting any, of course. I'm not 100% sure. I've done it on the test server, but honestly, I can't remember. So we collected some quest item, I would assume. Yep, most probably that was a quest item. A true Dracolich. Formidable beast that transcended death. Cunning and ruthless foes. Okay, okay. A mighty wizard, so they are talking about a mighty wizard sneaking up on us. The Cult of the Dragon and Penultima. What is that? What is the Penultima? You see, I would know all this if I wouldn't be a cheeky bugger and skip all the story usually. But that's me, guys. I'm sorry. Love skipping stuff and be clueless later, you know. Okay, so we are near a cave here. Let's see what do we have in the cave. Okay, so we found another Dracolich in here. We can attack or observe. Let's attack. I'm all in for attacks. We're taking no prisoners today. We have quite a few new enemies in here. Like, look at the little ones as well. The minions, you know. When you have the power of Huberg and the power of Filto, guys, you are unstoppable. I love those legendary heroes. Like, there's Radiance has some of my most favorite legendary heroes in the entire game. They're just so freaking awesome. Yeah, look at that. The quest item that we collected before. Child of Chaos, okay. So I feel like the whole story revolves around Samaster trying to pose as the Child of Chaos, you know. We already defeated the Child of Chaos last season, So it would be a bit odd to have him again. But we kind of know that somebody's trying to pose as him, you know. So judging by the dragon bones, I would surmise it has been buried here for a very long time. Someone has made use of it, creating, diminishing, and I missed the rest of the text in there. Okay, so I feel like Elminster is about to figure it out. You know, he's about to figure it out that something dodgy is going on here. Okay, so we collect some wire arrows, some summons, and gold for reaching milestones in the new campaign. How you may notice, we have a brand new map right here, guys. That's where the Cult of the Dragon fortress is located, you know. I feel like we are about to find it pretty quick. Okay. Maybe here. Is it this one? Okay. So we have the green dragon in here. Drakestone Golem, okay. That's a new foe, but I don't recall seeing one before. I like it that they're only making them level 100. They're not making them completely broken, you know, to be like level 200, to be a struggle for people. The good part about it is that this Dungeons and Dragons collaboration event, guys, is for everybody, you know, regardless of what season you are, regardless of how advanced you are in the game. The event tends to start for pretty much everyone at the same time. There might be a couple of newish servers that will get the event a bit later, but I feel like it's just to allow them to accumulate a few heroes. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool the way they made it. So all of your characters are max level. You don't need to worry about them, because it does make a big difference when you have to level up extra characters for additional game modes, you know. So defeat the Shadow Robe. Okay, so that's the Wizard Tower. Okay, that's where we're going to find some master, I think. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that name right, you know. Samaster. You know me, I'm a professional butcher. That's my profession. Professional name butcher. Okay, so we're studying a bit the library here. We're looking for clues, for evidence. So that's actually the Wizard Tower, but it might, yeah, it is. Okay, so I feel like these are his followers, the Gloom Robe followers, and the Penultima follower. Yep. I think if we defeat them, they will take us. They will take us to their boss. You know. I would assume so. Bang! Filto just makes boom. Let's see. Yeah, he's going to reconstruct the tower. That's where we are finding our nemesis, guys. So the campaign is pretty enjoyable, especially if you're a lore fan, you know. Ooh, okay, so we've been brought right here to the new location. Yep, that's where the fortress is, the Cult of the Dragon's fortress. Here it is. The master awaits you inside. Okay. Take me to your master. I shall have words with him. I shall have words with your master. Is he posing as the child of chaos or no? So basically, Elminster is kind of like giving us a bit of an introduction about Samaster, what we know about him, and actually what he knows about him. The fortress looks cool. I like the design. Behold, here he arrives, my distinguished guest. So we have Samaster coming in, the other powerful mage joining from Dungeons and Dragons, guys. So he is the boss. Probably you've noticed that I've already released a few guides on this actual boss. He will have 2 different phases, but we're gonna get to fight him right now once we're done with the talking in here. And this will be an event that will last for 14 days, if I am not mistaken, guys. Once that's going to be over, you're still going to have the token trader shop active, but you won't be able to accumulate more fragments or anything like that, you know. Okay, so yes, he is admitting he he tried to pose as the Child of Chaos. Naughty Semester. Look at that. I love the design of them. Look at that, how cool it is, man. Comes in riding a freaking dragon, right? Awesome, awesome stuff. So how I mentioned, 2 phases. On the first phase, he is riding the dragon. On the second, he's actually sending the dragon away, and then he's actually going to bring him back to deal damage on us. But we're going to use a different team, something that won't actually do as much damage on him, so we actually get to enjoy the fight a bit. So we have some master in there. For whoever is curious about the boss's skills, guys, Semester will deal additional damage versus the boss, or actually the boss will take additional damage when Elminster is in the team. For each debuff on Semester, he takes 10% additional damage. Good thing that Elminster actually brings a couple of debuffs. Then he's going to deal AoE damage with a chance to put fear when our HP is under 50% HP. With this skill, he removes all the shields, so you know Elminster will shield with his battle skill. And with this one again, will deal damage. Now he will deal 50% additional damage, AoE damage, if he has no debuffs. So it's very important to have Elminster in here if we want to make sure that we are going to be safe. So we're going to use Necrosis here actually, and I'm going to bring in my Magan. Magan, she's built. You don't need to have a tank for this boss because he only has AoE attacks, at least for the very first phase. So it really doesn't matter what damage dealers you have in here, you know. So I have attack down. We have some debuffs in there. I would like to have some more debuffs, honestly. So I have decreased attack, decreased accuracy. I feel like I'll be fine with that. Let's actually bring in Burn Heroes. I feel like Burn Heroes will be a bit more helpful. So we have the shield. Let's go in with him. Let's go in with him, so we gain increased attack, and we're gonna bring in Big Stu. So there we go. We have our team up and ready to rumble. We do have the 5-man elemental affinity in here too. The boss looks awesome though. The boss looks awesome, and even like this, we're dealing a lot of damage on him. This is just the campaign, the introduction to the boss, so it's not the actual daily fight that we need to do. But we get to see the boss a bit. You know, I'm actually gonna stop the ultimate skills. I like how he's controlling the dragon. You know, like that's cool. The Dracolich. Because he's not an actual dragon, right? He's a Dracolich. And he's stacking his damage up. You know, the longer the fight takes, the more stacks he will basically gain. Okay, there we go. That's the second phase. The dragon decided to run away, and now we are just facing him. So again, his AoE attack, it doesn't really matter, guys. You know, all enemies, but it stuns all my team. So it's good if Elminster is in the team because he will have control immunity, and that will be extremely helpful for this skill. If we can time it, of course. Okay, we got a stun. And this again. Look how he's bringing back the Dracolich. That's actually pretty cool. So we know what both of the phases are doing. I do think that this second phase is going to be a bit harder, especially that he's summoning the minions there, you know, and we're going to need quite a bit of support. Now, on the first phase, it's pretty straightforward when we're dealing the damage on the boss. We need to deal 8 million damage to collect the top rewards daily, basically, you know. You're not yet satiated. I'm not either. So we're going to fight for 2 more weeks, you know. We're going to fight for 2 more weeks. What toil 'twas, my back is killing me. Okay. So I think this might be the end of the campaign. And as for the Child of Chaos, the Dragon Rage, and Penultima, well, Adentia is safe. Okay, so we don't have to worry about them. We just have to worry about Semester, which is fine. You and Elminster arrive at the tavern, have a few drinks, have a bit of fun. That sounds good. And Elminster has vanished without a trace. Thankfully, he paid the bill. I was gonna say, like, he invited me to the pub. We had drinks to the tavern, right? And then he bails on me without paying the bill. Like, come on, dude. Come on, dude. So that would be the campaign for the Echoes of Sleepless, which is the second phase of the Dungeons and Dragons collaboration event, guys. Now, we should be able to go right here and go to Reconfrontation with Semester. Now, when you are in the actual area, you cannot teleport here because you're already here. Just in case, when you're seeing that pop up, you know why it happened. So we have one challenge left by the looks of it. We should have a challenge, yeah? And we're going to get to challenge this boss daily, how I mentioned, for the next 14 days. I can do my own run now. Why not? Yeah, let's do it. So we're going to bring in Adolphus, and I'm going to do another change. I want to bring in Karza because she's actually very, very helpful. So where are my heroes? Let's go to the fire element, and we should have Adolphus right here. And Karza, guys, she is the epic hero we are getting from the Pillar of Trials in Season 2, you know. She's just amazing. Recharge speed penalty, decrease attack. I just want to have at least a couple of debuffs extra, not just the burn on the boss, you know. Let's get it rolling. I will probably stop a bit the ultimate on Erastus just to make sure Biggs is actually throwing all those burns on the boss. These heroes are already built, guys, okay? I don't have to build them. They have no legendary artifacts on or anything like that. They have no artifacts whatsoever. They just have stats. I will show you once the run is done. But the good part about this content is that we don't have to build the characters, how I mentioned before. You know, I feel like it's definitely such an awesome thing. Love the feature personally. So we can see the damage. The reason why I prefer to use burn against this boss is because we have debuffs, right? That's an extra debuff on the target, and he will deal less damage with the ultimate. The more debuffs we have on him, the more damage we're going to deal. So it's actually going to be extremely beneficial for us to bring in a lot of characters that put some debuffs on the enemy, you know. I'm really thinking that maybe even if I would have had just Megan in here, I would have been more than fine with the healing. So this boss has an 18-second cycle. The trick in here, if you can bring recharge speed penalty, you're going to knock that down to approximately 21-second cycle. And that will allow all of your heroes to debuff if they are scrolled at 20 seconds, you know. Which is going to be very helpful to constantly keep decrease attack on the boss no matter what, you know. But seems like we are placing that decrease attack a bit way too early, and his ultimate is hurting us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delay Karza's ultimate a little bit. Just a little bit. To make sure I have the decrease attack on, you know. We're already at 2.5 million damage. The goal for this is to reach 8 million, how I mentioned. The second lowest milestone after 8 million is 4 million. So those two are kind of like the main milestones that everybody should aim for. 4 to 8 million. If you're not reaching that from the very first few fights, don't save the damage. So this works in a very similar way like the Vortex, for example, and you can literally retry it as many times as you see fit, you know, till you get the damage that you want. So six stacks of burn Erastus, dropping in some nice damage. If Erastus would have had a crazier attack, it would have dropped even more damage. This team will survive, I feel like, for a very long time because we do have a lot of debuffs. We have the decreased attack, the shield, the continuous heal. We have the increased defense from Megan too, you know, which is very helpful. But because I have recharge speed penalty on the boss, all of my heroes are using their ultimates faster. Basically, I'm overlapping the boss, you know, which is fine. It's not a big deal. It's definitely not a big deal. We might just lose the decreased attack every now and then. 9 stacks of burn. I'm liking that. I'm actually a big fan of burn against some of these bosses. Now, burn is going to be even crazier on the second phase, when the boss is going to summon the 4 minions, if they will stay alive for a little bit, and we're going to be able to put Burn and Arasis might be able to deal some good damage on them, that will be solid. Now, we might have to position our heroes differently. Instead of doing a square right here in the middle, I'll have to make a straight line in front of the boss, you know? And like that, all the minions will come close to Arasis too, because Arasis has an area that detonates the burn stacks just one tile around him, you know, or 2 tiles around him. And if I want to maximize the damage with burn on this boss, I will actually have to make sure I'm doing that, you know. Megan, she will still be able to heal most of the team regardless. I really want to get, because I was just thinking now, I really want to get the D20 dice skin. I really like them both, but I feel like I'm only going to go for one of them. I really like the D20 one. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. It's nice to see something different every season rather than the same cosmetic, you know, like in season 1 you have one, then the first Dungeons and Dragons introduced the second one for whoever was playing when that collaboration was on, you know, and now we're getting the third one. I'm sure in the future we will get different cosmetics from other areas too. I like the avatar frame as well. I'm supposed to actually put that on, but we're gonna do it after the fight. It's no point to go past 8 million damage in here, guys. Like, 8 million is the maximum you need to get, and honestly, I'm going to stop at 8 millions on the dot. I don't need more than that. It's no ranking involved in here. And by the way, you are getting some alliance milestones like you have for the Vortex, where you're getting some daily wire marrow whenever you attack this boss. So I'm going to show you how that looks like as well. Make sure to be in an alliance, you know, very important. So we dealt 8 million damage, and here we go. You can quit just like this. You can do this in any fight, by the way, okay? You can do this in any fight and save the results as long as it's a boss like this. Guild points, we got 5,200 guild points. 8 million damage, we reached the top. This is the overall damage from all of the heroes. And you can just save the damage, and that's it. And we got the rewards for reaching the highest milestone, 6 Sage chest pieces, and we're gonna get 14 of these guys, okay? And they changed it. You are actually collecting them when you actually defeat the boss. Last time when we had something like this, you had to wait for the reset. But now it's not the case anymore. So we are out of here. We actually took part in all of that. Let me just actually quickly equip my my new avatar frame. You know, if I got it, let me just put it. Let me just put it. Avatar frame, where is it? And it's this one right here. This looks pretty cool, right? It's very glowy, huh? Very glowy. I like it. The feathers looks cool. Okay, so we got the new frame on. We're all fancy now. If we're gonna head over to the event, we still have one more thing that we haven't checked just yet. So when you wanna reconfront Semester after the daily reset, you just click right here and it's going to take you there when you're not in that area. If you want to summon, you go right here to planar summoning. It's going to take you to this. And the one thing we haven't checked is the magic trial, the challenges. So let's actually go and complete our daily challenge. It's literally one fight. Nothing crazier than that. The characters are still built. So how you may notice, all the damage dealers, they have their damage up and running. All their tanks, they have the survivability stats. All the support heroes, they have their support stats basically. So you cannot modify that. But I want to bring in my good old Radiance team. Why? Because I like them. Who doesn't, right? Who doesn't like a nice Radiant boom team with Filto in here? So we're going against Mithrasi. Ardrat, okay. Nice. Man, Mithrasi, she's one of my most wanted legendaries. She's one of my most wanted legendaries. Hopefully I will acquire her at some point. And there you go. You do that, you collected all of the rewards, guys. But that was all for this video. I just wanted to walk you through the entire Dungeons and Dragons collaboration event, guys. The Echoes of the Sleepless. I wanted to share the new promo codes with you. Please let me know in the comments down below, how do you find the new campaign, the new content, the boss, the rewards. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts as well. Appreciate every single one of you guys watching. Thank you to Dragonheir again for sponsoring today's video. But if you guys want to get involved and join Dungeons and Dragons Legends in Dragonheir Silent Gods, you can click on my link in the description down below or in the pinned comment, or by scanning the QR code on the screen and download the game. That was all for the video. Much love, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.